Mountains overlook Orange County International Raceway. I'm Paul Page with Steve Evans, and we are here for the World Finals of Top Fuel Drag Racing. Coming up, Dwight Salisbury facing Larry Sutton, but the real battle is for the World Championship between Gary Beck and Jeb Allen. And Steve Evans talked with Johnny Abbott, another competitor, about the possibility of a win by Beck.
Now that you're out, objectively, you can look at this thing. What do you think Beck's chances are of taking the title away from Jeb here?
Well, he's got to take top speed and low ET away from me at this event, and I would be very surprised if the track held it.
Johnny Abbott holds the low ET of 5.64.
There are bonus points, Paul, for low elapsed time at the event at all of the national championship races, and Gary Beck has got to get those bonus points, both speed and elapsed time.
So even though it's a long shot for Gary Beck, we still have a battle for the World Championship and a battle for the event title as Dwight Salisbury and Larry Sutton move back to the line for their semifinal competition. Larry Sutton.
Sutton will be delighted, win or lose here, Paul. It's a dream come true for Sutton just to get to the semifinals. Dwight Salisbury has gotten here on good driving and a lot of luck.
Both machines on the line and ready. Sutton on the near side, Salisbury on the far side.
And Salisbury again moves first. He is some kind of driver. Larry Sutton with too much horsepower, more than the track will stand.
Well, if Salisbury had too much horsepower before, they have corrected it now. And once again, what a terrific starting line technician Dwight Salisbury has turned out to be. Larry Sutton, though, has to be happy with that pass. It has taken him further than he's ever been in a Nationals event before. Now watch in the far lane as Dwight Salisbury reads those lights so perfectly and brings it off the line so far ahead. An excellent start, and Sutton smokes the tires, and his chances for a win go away. Salisbury's crew celebrates at the moment, but they have to get to work on that machine as Salisbury has moved to the final round in a possible event title. The last time he won a Nationals event was at Pomona in 1968. Shirley Muldowney now comes to the line as she will face Gary Beck. And Beck still alive with a long shot at winning a world title. Gary Beck has to be absolutely perfect in everything that he does. And an interested spectator down at the other end of the course is Jeb Allen.
And Paul, as Gary Beck and Shirley Muldowney prepare to race, down here at the far end, still a little antsy, is Jeb Allen. If Gary Beck wins here, he still has a mathematical chance of taking the world title, of picking your pocket.
Yeah, he does. You know, it's something that is coming down to the line. We've worked at it all year long. He's very capable of doing it, you know, as it's proven today, is consistency in running. We're definitely worried. We've been racing the man all year, beating each other up for the World Championship.
Okay, we're going to stand here and sweat it out with Jeb. Let's go back to the line.
And perfection is the word that is uppermost in Gary Beck's mind as he has to face this lady who is absolutely perfect in her own right. Shirley Muldowney, a tough competitor, witnessed by the fact that she is the defending world champion. And Beck away, pulls the whole shot on Muldowney, leads her all the way across the line, and Gary Beck is still alive for the world championship as Beck beats Muldowney and moves into the final round. Steve?
All right, now we know the results of the semifinals. It's Gary Beck at 577, and Shirley Muldowney is off in the dirt. Jeb, what do you figure happened here?
I don't know, Steve. Maybe possible motor explosion or just, you know, something coming off in the car, the steering brake, and I don't know.
She jumped out in a hurry.
Yeah, it looks like she maybe might have tried to get off the track, Steve, if she drove the motor to get the oil out of the way for the final.
Shirley Muldowney looks over the motor as we take a look at the run once again. Gary Beck read the lights perfectly, pulled the whole shot out, and led Shirley all the way down the quarter mile as Gary Beck moves into the final round and still has a shot at the World Championship. But his next run must be absolutely perfect.
And in the shutdown area, Gary Beck going into the final round, wrapping the parachute around the wing for the trip back to the pits and preparation for that final. Another beautiful 574, Gary.
Phew. Well, this car's real steady. We haven't been changing it all day. Certainly the game of drag racing is to win some races, and we'd love to win another race this year, that's for sure.
All right, talking to Jeb Allen, he was down here sweating it out still, as you did last year in this same situation. He doesn't feel that you can get the necessary points, that you can't run quick or fast enough.
No, I doubt it very much. The track, you know, it has to be very fresh, and after a long weekend of running, it's very hard to run those super runs. We had our chance for that low ET on Friday, and we weren't able to do it. So we would, you know, winning the race is good for us.
So not only the event, but the entire season comes down to a final 5-second run. As when we come back with the finals, Gary Beck will face Dwight Salisbury, and the World Championship will be on the line. I'm Paul Page with Steve Evans, and we're back at Orange County International Raceway for the World Finals of Drag Racing. Now, at the moment, it is peaceful, but that belies the excitement that is beginning to build as this man, Gary Beck, has a long shot at winning a world title and taking it away from Jeb Allen. He also has a chance as he fires his Top Fuel dragster for the event title here as he faces in the final round Dwight Salisbury. All the tears and joy of this season down to these final moments as Gary Beck, who has twice been second in the world, tries to take home a world title here today. Beck needs a 5.64 ET and a pass at 247 miles an hour. His opponent, Dwight Salisbury, who is trying to win his first national title in over 13 years. Before this run, he talked with Steve.
Dwight, you keep going slower every round and winning by greater margins. How is this possible?
Well, again, we're back to luck, Steve. I'd rather be lucky than good today, I guess.
Well, your driving ability has been excellent. You've won 2 races on hole shots alone, but I know your crew seems a little confused as to what to do, really.
Well, we've used so many parts that we've robbed Peter to pay Paul so many times we can't find Paul anymore. You know, we're just out of stuff, so we're trying to get something together here for the last round.
So you're telling me you're going up against Gary Beck and just kind of a blind guess?
Yeah, really, because we don't really know what's wrong with it. It's burning itself up earlier on the track every run, and we're backing the motor down, so we're really a little lost right now.
So there are a lot of unknown factors in that motor that sits behind Dwight Salisbury. Anything could happen there. The day has cooled just a bit. That should help carburation. The track surface has also cooled, and that should help adhesion. So Gary Beck has every possible chance that he can be provided with. There is Jeb Allen. He is the man that Beck has to beat for a world championship. And once again, Beck has to make a pass through the traps at 247 miles an hour. His ET must be 5.64 in order for him to take the world title away from Jeb Allen. Despite that, Beck can still win the event title here today.
Paul, I'm with Jeb and Cindy Allen down here at the end of the racetrack. Some $25,000 just seconds away for this young couple, professional drag racers.
And for Gary Beck, this is the moment of truth. They are both staged and on the line. Gary Beck with a hole shot as he pulls away. It's Gary Beck. What a tremendous run this is. Gary Beck has the event title as Salisbury's car lights up. A tremendous fire. The parachute burns away. Salisbury, he's protected now. He's in front of that fire, but it still burns at the back of Salisbury's car as he slides the machine to a stop. And Jeb Allen has won the championship. Gary Beck with the fastest pass in the history of drag racing, 5.57, but the speed not fast enough, 245.23 miles an hour. 2 miles an hour too slow. Dwight Salisbury is all right. Let's take a look at this run once again. Look at the awesome power, the flames pouring out of the exhaust of both machines, but Gary Beck was not to be denied, and Dwight Salisbury, a tremendous fire as his engine completely explodes coming across the line. Fortunately, the safety systems on these cars so good, despite the fact that his parachute burns away, Salisbury coasts to a stop, and he is uninjured in this tremendous finale to the season. The World Finals of Drag Racing. The event belongs to Beck, and the World Championship belongs to Jeb Allen. Let's go down. Steve Evans now is with Gary Beck. Steve?
So, by less than 50 points, Does Jeb Allen win the World Championship? And he is willing to share his champagne with Gary Beck. You still wear the number 2. At least you don't have to re-letter the car.
Well, it was good. It was a good run. It was strong in the middle that time, not too much shake. So I was happy for Jeb. I'm glad they won the World Championship. Certainly deserve it, that's for sure.
What an afternoon. You have seen the fastest pass in the history of this sport run by Gary Beck. He wins the event. The world title goes to Jeb Allen. Congratulations to both. Steve?
And after 11 national events, 40-some-odd regionals, it comes down to the last 5 seconds of the entire season. Had Gary Beck gone over 247 miles an hour, he would have been the world champion. Outstanding racing.
The World Finals of Drag Racing. I'm Paul Page with Steve Evans. So long from Orange County International Raceway.